Yeah, sex is great, but what's an equally enjoyable sensation? Peeing after holding it in for a while. Instant euphoria. That split second before the stream starts. That shiver at the end. Drinking water when you're thirsty as duck after working outside on a hot day, especially when it's at just the right temperature to avoid brain freeze. It just goes down and quenches you. You can feel it cooling your insides. It's awesome. Yay. Try eating a somewhat cold watermelon. Holy Geo. Hey guys. I think he came. Those moments with your friends where just can't stop laughing and you almost run out of breath. You're laughing so hard and long that you start laughing at everybody laughing. Then you laugh at everybody laughing at everybody laughing. AWW man. Laughing feels so good. It's been years. Jesus. Edit. Thanks for the replies. I'm doing mostly okay. I can still laugh from time to time. But this comment brings back memories of middle school and being around my best friends laughing like crazy. Same here. Life changes when you're adulting. When your joke makes the whole room laugh. On the other end of the spectrum is making a joke, having no one hear it, but the one person that did repeats it and everyone laughs. I wish I was high on pot and news. Yay. Sex is great. But have you ever received a compliment from someone you really look up to? No. Hey. You are very honest and that's a stellar characteristic to have. This world needs more people like you in it. When you are listening to a song and you get goosebumps. A neargasm is one of the best sensations ever. Edit. Apparently there is a sub r/free song. Yes. Some songs are so beautiful that they make me start bawling my eyes out, and I have probably been judged by people for that. Duck it. Music is special. Embrace the feelings. Waking up and realizing that you have still 4 more hours to sleep. Yes. Not then wondering if you'll be able to get back to sleep. Then engaging with someone on Reddit about whether Mr. Rogers is B or not. Then wondering when work is going to pick back up. Oh look. It's time to hop in the shower. This guy Reddits. Having your sinuses clear. Speaking from someone who has had a lot of allergies most of my early life. I would always have a stuffy nose. But once I got older and the allergy medicine helped for once. It was the greatest feeling of being able to breathe out of my nose perfectly. Keep in mind I've only had a clear nose a couple times during my younger years. Pooping in your own bathroom after coming home from vacation. It's because your butthole knows they're safe. Well, that's why I can't poop at hotels now. I know 2 of my body parts have performance anxiety. In Egypt, I had to walk quite a way across a desert. At the end we arrived at a restaurant. Dry and gasping, they provided us with ice cold cans of Coke. Literally half of the can was lightly frozen. Amazing, still think about that drink. On a trip to Boston once, we were freezing waiting for a bus that never showed up. I finally told my BF duck it. Let's get some food. We walked into a wonderful warm pub that smelled of steak cooking and had a fireplace we could sit next to. I'll never forget how great that felt. Taking off my gloves and warming my frozen hands by the fire. Having your hands warm up after being cold is so indescribable. I want to write a jam band album and call it the euphoric warming of hands. To crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentations of their women. Edit. OMG, there is a Conan musical. Link. youtube.com/watch. V equals OBGOQ7SSJRW and FEATUR equals YOUTU. B. Barbarian General, we won again. This is good. But what is best in life? Warrior, the open steppe, fleet horse, falcons at your wrist, wind in your hair. General, wrong. Conan. What is best in life? Conan, Arnold, to crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women. Movie, Conan the Barbarian, 1982. Disquarreled nomad, what is it that a man may call the greatest things in life? Conan the Barbarian, hot water, good dentistry and soft lavatory paper, apostrophe. Someone washing your hair, Preferably with longish nails. Boil please. r/unexpected nananine. A good ear cleaning. I once slowly went somewhat deaf in one ear. Over the course of a month or two, finally went into the doctor to see what was up. And it turned out I had a massive chunk of earwax sealing the entire base of my ear canal. I proceeded to have a nurse somewhat painfully ear duck me with one of those small pressure washers like they use at the dentist's. While I laid on my side and made small talk, chunks and gunk kept coming out. But H couldn't get the whole thing dislodged until she poured some pink medical grade anal lubricant in there to loosen thing up. Finally got it dislodged, and holy shit, let me tell you, you've never felt a post-clean D like that. It was so sensitive to sound I could hear a fly fart in my neighbor's attic for days afterwards, until it returned to normal. Wouldn't recommend or do again. But despite the pain, it remains the ultimate ear cleaning I've ever experienced. Pretty sure my ear reached Nirvana and left me behind. The prick. Yeah, that post-ear cleaning super hearing is really cool. A nice hot shower/bath after a really long, tiring day. The moment after you push your hand upwards along behind your neck, after running warm water there long enough to pre-warm the blood pushed into your skull. Instant ASMR. A perfect key change in music. It gives ear and brain orgasms. Oh great. More types of orgasm I can't give. When you get a whole number answer to a really complicated math problem. Like if I had to throw down some Jacobian matrices and write half an essay to solve this, and it came out to just 3. That's like meeting God on Earth. Or, alternatively, having things in a page long. Straight out of Euler's nightmares equation cancel out to just 1 or 2 simple terms. Man, I got that just 2 days ago. My equation was 6 lines long, and it cancelled out to just 3 much more simpler terms. It was beautiful. When you sell your turnips for 400% profit. Oh shit, I forgot to do that today. Thank you, King. Is there a use of metaphor here? Snuggling someone really tight. I'll give you the reply you never had. You're welcome. Cup of coffee before the sunrise sitting outside when the air is cool and crisp. Realizing there is no rush to get ready and it's silent and beautiful except for a few birds singing. Why would I drink a cup of coffee right before going to bed? So you can pass out at 2 in the afternoon and wake up when it's already dark. You ever taken a massive shit after holding it in? Oh man. Was on an outfield in army, and I held in my shit for 5 whole days. It got to a point I couldn't handle it anymore, and I absolutely didn't want to use the latrine, because it was gross, so I dug my own hole, and took the biggest dump of my life. AWW man. All the torture and brutal training for the past 5 days was worth it for that one moment of extreme pleasure. Probably the greatest sensation I have felt to this day, and you feel so good afterwards. Cleansed. As opposed to how you feel after sex. 2 sex. Thrice sex. 4 sex. No bra weekend. Or month I guess. I'm actually more comfortable in a bra than not. Only reason I don't sleep in one is because it's supposed to not be good for you. That's a myth. Sneezing is the orgasm of the nose. The worst feeling is when you are about to sneeze and you don't. Not only do you look like an idiot, but it's very uncomfortable. Blue balls of sneezing. Being genuinely loved by someone. Can't relate. I'll love you, homie. Taking my bra off after a 13-hour hard graft, or just a long day. Edit hard graft. Sorry English slang. Graft equals work. Graft. UKism for hard work. Strong hands giving you a foot and leg massage. Oh man. My boyfriend surprised me the other day when he started massaging my feet. My ex would never touch them cause feet grossed him out. Fair enough. And it never actually had a foot rub before. It felt really weird that he wasn't grossed out by it lol. But oh my gosh. Especially since I'm on my feet 12 hours a day. It's so nice. Eating a food you've been craving and salivating for all day. Throw in a nostalgic movie too, and you will feel awesome. Taking your socks off at the end of a long shift. I have also heard from the fair agenda that removing your bra is an equally amazing feeling. As someone who is experienced in taking both my socks and bra off, I can say that there is no comparison. Taking my bra off is the best feeling in the world. Taking off your bra is easily 10 times better than taking off your socks. Maybe taking off a tie might be a better comparison. Perhaps someone who's worn both might comment. Taking off ski boots after a full day, or putting on the softest warmest sweats for the drive home. Bit late but shaving your legs and then slipping into your bed. It's just amazing. All men should definitely try this, and because of quarantine no one will judge you for shaved legs. I did this once, and I remember I just stood there in the bathroom sliding my pajama pants up and down my legs because it felt pretty good. Would definitely recommend. Same for me. I'd be surprised how they would even fall off faster than I'd expect because there's no friction. Same goes for rubbing the legs against each other. They just slide. It's really nice. Back scratches OMG. Came here to say this. It's seriously the best non-sexual feeling I can think of. I make my boyfriend scratch my back every time I see him. He calls me his little puppy because I demand it so often. Curling up in my sheets and hiding in my hermit den. Turning on the ceiling fan for a little razzle dazzle. When you watch a movie with a complex plot, so you don't understand the thing at first but then you find an analysis on internet and everything becomes clear. So you watch the movie a second time and realize what a masterpiece that is. Kajic. Having the money to freely shop for something you want. Not need. Just want. I've been eyeing a wood-brimmed hat from Two Guys bow ties since like 2014, and I finally got enough expendable money last week that I could treat myself since I'm still working and also got stimulated. Feels good. Stepping on a leaf and making a great crunch sound. Crunch. I can hear this. Yeah, sex is great. But have you ever had a partner in a relationship that didn't lie to you about other people or take out their insecurities on you on a daily basis to the point that the relationship ends up collapsing as they slowly whittle away at your patience? I sure haven't. But I imagine this trumps sex by far. I've tried to verbalize my thoughts on my last relationship before. Thanks for doing it right. Random citizen. Happy to help. Sorry to hear it has happened to others. When you drop a cup, but you catch it perfectly so it doesn't spill over and you can still drink it. You can't just make things up now, tut tut tut. When the shower water starts to cool a little and you nudge the knob a little more and it gets hot again. Yes. When you find that song that you didn't know that you needed. This reminds me of another thing, which is hearing a song on the internet, like on YouTube or something, and searching for it everywhere until you finally found it. That first bite of salmon sashimi, barely dipped in soy sauce and a small stripe of wasabi. Man, I miss sushi. Everything else I can get from the grocery store or restaurants doing takeout. But it's been months since I had sushi. I felt the same way, so we ended up making it at home. Turned out average. Definitely better than the worst restaurant sushi I've had. I just posted about this in another thread about a time when you should have died but didn't. I crashed my car into the water during a snowstorm and almost died of hypothermia when I got to the hospital half frozen. They stripped off my clothes and put me in this aluminum foil-like bag and then inflated it with warm air. Holy shit. I can't even explain how that felt, but trust me, it was quite nice. Car air conditioning on a cold day times a billion basically. Talking to friends who don't drain your social energy too much. A freshly made up bed right after a shower. When you get a haircut and you get the clippers on the back of your neck. Straight razor. Did we just become best friends? Holding a puppy for the first time. Or actually every single time. Adrenaline rush. When you pick a budger that feels like it's attached to your brain and it comes out all stringy. Once when I had a cold, I pulled out a budger which was SP long. I could feel it sliding up till the throat. Zoonce it was out. My nasal passage was completely unblocked. After about a weekend I almost had an orgasm from the feeling. Goosebump like sensation at the back of the head and neck while getting a massage, haircut, or back scratch. That brief moment when your nose is stuffed up and you turn over in bed and you can breathe freely for a couple seconds. You're so scratching your back, filling your crocs with porridge and preparing for the dance. But my crocodile doesn't like porridge. He demands oatmeal. Great news for you. Turns out oatmeal is porridge. From Wikipedia, /toad porridge, or oatmeal, is one of the most common types of porridge. When you pull a long budger deep out of your nose and feel it slide all the way out of your nasal cavity. Dude, yes. Sometimes for me, it feels like it's tickling the back of my eyeball. Hahaha. Getting a perfect headshot in games. I did this on hardcore. Cody and I'm playing on Sparks right. And I'm using the semi-auto function on the Jiraboa. I know it's a battle pass gun, but it's still cool looking. So, I slide into a boxed area, and someone starts shooting at me to my left. I do the best flick and aim and I watch, almost in slow motion, even though everything was so fast. When I aim, the red dot on my 325x scope lines up almost perfectly with the center of his head, and I didn't even have to adjust it. I pull the trigger and his head jerks back, and I get the teammate killed right next to a red hit mark. I think I recorded it. I have to check. Kind of a weird one, and probably not applicable to most people. But anyways, when I was about 5 I discovered my own personal sweet spot. I had scratched my ear, but somehow my little fingers got caught in a weird tangle back there. Through patient palpation I found a fleshy pocket in my skull that was only covered by a thin membrane of skin. Easily pushed inside and manipulated. Naturally I explored for a while. Fingering the base of my head in this manner wasn't very enjoyable, but I soon found something like a thick nerve or artery, dunno, that I would tug at. It felt so ducking good. And then I didn't even know what an erection was. Sadly, this whole sort of solidified during puberty. Now I only have memories of this sensual dome of pleasure that used to be. It's kinda painful actually, like losing a sexual orifice. This is one of the most uncomfortable comments I've ever read, but I don't know why. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.